Okay, to start a Google Draw, because that's the software we will be working with today, the application we'll be working with today, you go to New, More, Google Drawings. Okay, this is your canvas. It's a blank canvas. What is something that you notice about this canvas here?
It looks like a checkerboard.
Looks like a checkerboard. That means that the background image is transparent, that you could see through it. So if I were to save this image right now, there'd be no background to the picture, okay? So that's why you see a checkerboard. If you want to change your background so it's a solid color, you right-click your background anywhere on the background, select background, and you could pick a color. Like that there, okay? Now, there's a couple things that you have to think of when you're making this project. You're thinking of the future. What is the future going to look like for you? Okay, we already answered that the other day in class. So you can choose to create a imagery of what the future looks like and including the word Google, or you can make each letter represent something. So those are two ways we could do that. So let me show you a couple of the drawing tools. If you're not that great of an artist, you can actually go in, and if you go to Insert Image and you go to Search, and let's search something of the future. I'm going to pick a robot again because I always think of robots of the future. And I'm just going to pick a really simple robot. I like this guy. He's simple. I'm not going to take it and use it as part of the image, because Google really wants you for this competition to see your own kind of work, okay? What I'm going to do is use him as a guideline. I'm going to use him as just a tool to use to trace, okay? The best tool for that is right here under the select lines. If you go to the Polyline tool, and what you're doing with the Polyline tool is you are clicking points in which you are drawing the line. Notice how I'm just tracing around him. If you listen, I'm clicking every so often to get this tool drawn right around his head. Okay? There we go. I'm going to change the color completely. I'm a big purple fan. You can go into custom and you could define the shade of purple you want. Okay? I'm going to pick okay. Do you notice he's a little transparent too? So now I'm going to go in and do my eyes. My eyes are circles, but I think I'm going to make my eyes a little different. I'm going to go in. I'm going to give the shape here. I could rotate the shape. Oh, wrong one. I could rotate the shape by holding on to that little circle nodule right there. I'm going to fill this in with a lighter purple. Like I said, I'm a big purple fan. And I'm going to go back in and look at, I'm using the different tools to build my robot. Okay? How do you copy and paste? What are the two shortcut tools? Does anybody remember? Control, not Control Delete, not P.
Control Tab Shift.
Oh, no, that's how you open and close tabs. Control, oh, excuse me. Control C is copy. Control V is paste, okay? So look at that. Now I have two circles ready to go. So I'm actually going to go back in. I don't know, I went there. I'm going to draw inner circles for his eyes. And I think I'm going to make my robot look cutesy wootsy. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to change that to black. Control C, Control V, gives it a nice little paste. Okay. And then I'm going to go back in one more time. And I kind of want to make it look like he has like little glows on his eyes. And I'm going to go back in one more time. CV. See how easy that was? Okay. So I'm going to give my robot a little bit of a mouth. I'm going to go in with the shapes. And I am going to pick the moon. And notice how the moon's here. What's one thing I can do? What can I do? Rotate it, turn it around. Move it this way. Now look. Now I can smush it right into shape. Okay. Could smush it down a little more so it fits. I'm going to change my color. See how I'm building it? See how I'm using this robot behind as a guideline, but I'm making it my own? Okay, so now watch. I'm just going to take a couple more minutes to show you. I'm going to go into this Polyline tool again. And let's see. I want my arms down this time. So I'm just going to, now I'm like, you know what? This robot was fun. But now I'm going to go in and really make it my own. And I didn't finish that completely. So let me try it again. So here's my one arm. And I'm going to change that color to this shade of purple. And now I'm going to go in. And I want it to look like he's hugging. And you'll see why in a minute. There we go. Here's the other line. Now this shape here, I can either use the polyline. Now, did you notice how when I'm doing this, I am making a lot of clicks? Now listen. That's kind of how I'm shaping it, is by the clicks. Every time you click, it gives me a point. Okay, so there's my point. I'm going to go down and make it the same color as his face. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And there's a reason why I'm doing it this way. I'll show you in a minute. There we go. I want to go in and do his body. This time I'm going to do a shape. I'm going to do a different shape than what is given. What do you notice about my body now? What happened? What happened?
It overlapped your arm.
What do we do if something like that happens? What do we have to do?
You click the shape and then it pops up okay.
If we right click the shape, okay, and we go to order, we can go send to back. Uh-oh, send it too far back, but that's okay, because when we get rid of our robot picture, it will watch. I don't even need that robot picture anymore. I'm going to take it and make it my own. So now I'm going to fill it in again. He needs, I know his head's kind of floating. So he kind of needs a neck.
That would be cool, but if it was floating,
It would be kind of futuristic. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to give him actually a neck like an arrow.
It looks like a beard.
Okay, neck like an arrow. Just to be a little creative here. Okay, here we go. And now I need to give some detail. And this is where you really need to think of layering, because look what keeps happening. Everything I draw is going over. So instead of send to back, which will send it all the way to back, if you just do send backwards, and you might have to click it a couple times, now it just goes behind here. My legs are going to be a little bit different. What can I do? I don't want to draw anything. I'm going to do this for legs. I'll do some cylinders. My Control C, Control V. You could give him, well, I don't think 18 are going to fit. But he's going to be like jet. It like almost reminds me of jet propelled. Doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now watch. Maybe I'll make it look like he's floating. So I'll do the polyline. I'm going to send it to back in a minute. I'm going to do my Polyline tool again. I'm going to add some gray in here. A hoverboard banana. That's what I'm going for. I'm going to order, send backward. I'm going to send it back, actually. Order. Remember, we're right-clicking. Okay? That's supposed to be fire. I'll build up on it. And then I get little nodules in that. But now I need to add the word Google. So I'm actually going to use the scribble. Can I change the color of the scribble in this? Let me see. I could change the line. There's the G. Can I change the color in this? I don't think so. So for right now, here is my Google Doodle, okay? These are a couple tools that I showed you. I personally go back in and add details, add some details to the background, but it's just knowing and understanding the tools you're working with. Do we have any questions?
How do you search up images again?
How do you search up images again? Good question. Let's take a look at that. We are going to go to Insert, Image, Search, and then you, oh, I'm sorry. And then you can go like drone. You could look up planet, okay? Go on and on and on. You are not using these images in your picture. They're just there for a guide. You are not drawing that image 100% of what you see. You're going to kind of make it your own. Understood? Let's go see some budding artists. Go ahead.